up, YouTube? This your boy Jamelio7 with Sinister 7 Gaming, and in this video, it's gonna be my first official build video for the Outriders. It's gonna be many more. Your boy back. The game been kicked me out all day yesterday, so it's not a max level 30 build, but this build is gonna translate to in-game just fine. All you have to do is just, well, all the pieces that we're gonna talk about, all the skills that we're gonna talk about, just do it at level 30. If you're already at level 30, and you shouldn't notice any drop off. You should actually see an increase in the damage output that you put. We're gonna start off with the guns. You pick the guns that you like, but long as you have the talents, you'll still see the success. The gun I'm using is an assault rifle. It is a tactical variant. It's the Lamia. And if you have an assault rifle, it could be any assault rifle. But I go with the tactical variant because I like how it shoots. I like the amount of damage it does. It just works for my playstyle. The two abilities I have is Critical Point, which gives you additional 15% crit damage, and Weakness Trap. Weakness Trap shots cause explosion, dealing a set amount of damage depending on your level, and inflicting weakness on everything within 5 meters. That's gonna be big as we talk more about the build. The other gun I'm using, I love the double gun, and just for my rapid fire. And my double gun has Storm Whip on it and Claymore. Your secondary weapon could be whatever you want, but the most important one is your primary. You have to have those two skills in your primary for this build to work. Then for the headpiece, we have Trample the Weak, deal 10% more damage against enemies afflicted by weakness. You see where we going? We have Seismic Pulse. I like this because I'm a Devastator. I like this because every 6 seconds you have a 5 meter AoE going off, and it does damage to everything around you. On the body, as a Devastator, like I say, you can use this build for any of the classes, but you get the most bang for your buck out of a Devastator. But we have Perseverance. Increase the skill duration of Golem by 100%. So it goes from 8 seconds to 16 seconds. And I also have Damage Absorber on that. I do that because I'm tanky. I won't be in front to fight. I won't stand long or do more damage. For my legs, I have 2 real key skills to this build, at least until we get the level 3 skill. We have Bloody Boost, boost your damage against enemies afflicted with bleed by 15%. Y'all see it? Y'all see the damage, how it's just stacking up? And I'm not even fire power spec. I'm all max health. Then we have Vein Ripper. Critical shots inflict bleed on enemies. That's why I'm able to, on my AR, to run crit damage and increase my damage without having to run something that's gonna make the target bleed. So those two are big as hell. So Bloody Boost and Vein Ripper are very big for this build. Moving on to the hands, got 2 other very big skills for this build. You have Vampiric Mag, killing shots on enemies afflicted with bleed replenishes 50% in your magazine. The most important thing about that whole skill is Replenish. Replenish doesn't use any of your ammo. It just gives you 50% more of your ammo back. That's important. Replenish does not use any of your stock. It just replenishes 15%. So whatever you're using, when you kill with Vampiric Mag, you'll get 50% of that magazine back. Then you have Blood Potion. Critical shots towards enemy in close range inflicted with bleed increases your health regeneration by a set amount. Depends on your level and your health. So that's another big one. Because for me, I'm tanking. I'm trying to get all the attention on me, stuff like that. Then on the boots, we have Bleeding Impulse. Depending on what class that you're running, you might find another tier 2 or even tier 3 skill that has bleed on it. And you don't have to use Bleeding Impulse. But for me as a Devastator, for all the Devastators out there, you use Bleeding Impulse. This skill, whenever you put up your golem, every 2 seconds, you do a 10 meter pulse that makes everything around you bleed, which ties into the whole build. And I personally just use Phantom Dash because I hate the regular dodge roll, and I like to bolt around like a trickster without being a trickster. Just saying. But yeah, that's all the gear. Let's look at the skills I use. Of course, you use the golem. I use the golem with perseverance, so it's 65% for 16 seconds. I use tremor, and basically what tremor does, it pulses the ground and does a set amount of damage depending on your anomaly power as well as your level, and it heals you as well. So it's gonna hit everything around you, and it'll heal you for the damage that it does to everything around you. And I use Gravity Leap. The reason I've been using more of Gravity Leap is mostly because Gravity Leap is an interrupt. It does good damage, but my personal reason is like an oh shit button. I use Gravity Leap to get out of the way of a big attack. Like if I'm low on health or I need a second to breathe, I'll Gravity Leap, use Gravity Leap, stay up there for a second or two and then come down, do the damage. Or you can reposition yourself with Gravity Leap, and or you could gap close with Gravity Leap. So that's why I use those. How I have my class set up right now, like I said, I only have 14 points unlocked. I'm not at level 30 yet, but I can also tell you where I'm going. Once I hit level 30, I only have 6 points left. But I started, if you can look, I went with Colossus, Tank, another Colossus, Anomaly in Veins, Colossus. Then we went down to the branching stone circle, and basically extends what's considered close range for another 4 meters through the mile. 7% additional armor for each enemy around you. I don't think that has a cap, so you can get real tanky if you're surrounded, which happens to me a lot. We have Anomaly Reservoir for 6% anomaly power. We have Red Rivers, which increases the duration of bleed by 30%. Another 6% anomaly power. We increase the bleed by another 30%, another 6% anomaly power. Bleed afflicted on enemies do 30 more damage. And then we have blood donation. The damage that the bleed does gives you 25% of that back. So that's pretty big. Another thing I didn't touch on, I won't go back and touch on, is depending on your weapon leech may be a big thing, because every bullet that you hit with is gonna heal you. I like to fight long range, so I have long range damage. Also, I do heal and receive, but the thing that I'm trying to get is I want to get status bonus on one of the weapons, because with status bonus, it increases the amount of damage that the bleed does, as well as the duration. So that's another thing, another big thing that you want to get in this build, status bonus.